Good morning, everybody. It's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway, and I'm here to do a general weekly read for the 20th to the 26th of June. I'm going to call this reading Solstice Blessings because this week we have the summer and winter solstice, depending on where you are in the world at the moment. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you are about to experience the the summer solstice, which will be the longest day of the year. Or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, where I'm at, it will be the winter solstice and the shortest day of the year. And when we talk solstice, what we're talking about is the sun standing still. So in the Northern Hemisphere, with the summer solstice, we are looking at a combination of rejoicing and happiness, and we're looking at the aspects of love and balance and what it is that we're here to achieve and accomplish, and we're here to grow at this present time. We are looking at, the fruits of our labor. We're looking at the beautiful plants, the flowers that are coming to life, and the trees that have, sprung the most beautiful of fruits. We are, looking at more of the light. And it's also a time to reflect. It's always going to be a time to reflect. It doesn't matter what aspect of the year you are in. If we're looking at the winter solstice, where we're looking at more the colder weather, we're looking at, it's darker, and it's more about the introspection. It's more about going into our own darkness, and to have darkness, we need light. So they go hand in hand. But it's looking at where we're at present moment. What is, are we going through, as in with the summer solstice, you're going through that aspect of new beginnings. With the winter solstice, it's about, us being able to plant that seed to create that new beginnings. It's about being able to plant, say, for example, into the soil, because by the time we're in the darkness and by the time we're ready to create, shift and grow, that is where we spring from the darkness back into the light. It's about introspection. It's about taking time for ourselves, nurturing our mind, body, and soul. It is love. It is balance, regardless of what time of year it is anyway. But it's just a beautiful time of year, and a really important one, and an amazing reminder of what it is that we are here to do. We are here to create. What is it that we want to nurture for ourselves? What is it that we want to nurture, love, and grow within ourselves that is going to come to life and to light? Okay, it's just a beautiful time of year, and it's understanding that as above, so below. So what happens within also happens on the out. What is it that we want to see for our world? Our state, our country in which we live as well. Where what is it that we want to create? And I know more than ever, more and more people are saying, it's about peace, love, harmony, and overall a sound mind and very good health. So it's how we can also unite as one, to bring together, to become this amazing powerhouse, to create the future we want, not only for ourselves, but also for our children and our children's children. Okay, and especially here now in the winter solstice, for those in the Southern Hemisphere, it's okay to take time. If you're not quite sure what it is you want to create right this minute, it's okay. Or where you're meant to be, it's okay. Take that time for you now, so that you can, you can look back and reflect on where you've been and what you have created at this time. So I'm going to do a card reading. Again, it is a general reading. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. If it resonates with you, take it. Otherwise, you may pass it on to someone who would love to hear this particular reading. So I have a dog who is absolutely nudging me at the moment, Miss Yana Bear. So I'm going to be reading from my Sacred Geometry Healing cards. These are available online through my website as well as Good Stockist. My website being www.phoenixgateway.com.au. The other thing that I also have on my website are my beautiful elixirs, liquid alchemy in a bottle. They are high vibrational frequencies that have been created to be ingested but can be used in a number of different ways, and they have been created to nurture, balance and heal the mind, body and soul. And it's no better time than the present to be working with these. The other thing that you might, just to be mindful of is the Schumann resonance, or the Earth's heartbeat, yes, which is scientifically proven, has been on the rise. And what we're finding is we're going into beta gamma states. And what's happening is, though, we're really sitting in gamma state, which is over 40 hertz. And because we measure the frequency in hertz, these pulses per second. And what we are finding is, because we are sitting in these gamma states for so long, like for example, the Schumann yesterday was still sitting at 76 hertz when we usually do an average of 7.83 as the Earth's heartbeat. That is absolutely massive. And it can bring a lot of anxiety to people. You can feel unrest or uneasy. You might be finding you're forgetting words. I do that all the time. I try and blame, menopause, or it's all Schumann's, whatever comes first, but I won't blame myself, of course. But, there are a number of different factors. We just might find we're exhausted, we're tired. It's knowing that it's okay. And we have to go with the flow. It's acknowledging what we are experiencing. I personally work with my lab. My children work with these. I have friends and family that work with them as well. And it's intuiting what elixirs to work with at this present time. Blue Lotus protection have been phenomenal for our family this past week in particular. Okay, but if you need to just reground, take your shoes and socks off, go and walk in the soil, go hug trees, walk in the forest, go for a swim in the ocean. These are ways in which you can help yourself as well. And even though we all like to go sometimes, for the rubbishy foods or the more starchy, carby foods, because it's just easier. Really, we need to look at eating more light, and that is more organically grown foods, and looking at good sources of fruits and veggies, and getting your vitamins into you. Okay, so really, really important. All right, so in saying all that, let's get a reading now for this week, the 20th to the 26th of June. The summer and winter solstice that falls on the 21st of June. Now I've got my little piece of paper in here. It would be interesting if gratitude comes out. Hang on. Okay, I'm loving the first card. This is actually an aspect, this is our DNA. It's unlimited potential. Okay, this is the truncated icosahedron. This particular geometry is the pentahex shape. It is our DNA. What you need to understand, everyone needs to understand, is anything that has a vibration can be changed. Okay? It's the way we think. It's the way we eat. It's our it's how our aspects of, exercise and meditation. There's a whole number of different factors involved, but thoughts in particular are so important, because everything is energy. So what we think we create. So we've got to be very mindful of being, are we being negative or are we being positive? But what we are seeing here is an absolute knowing that we can consciously create our own reality. What is it that you want, and what perfect timing, especially now in this Southern Hemisphere in the winter solstice, when we're going within and we're thinking, okay, what is it that we're here to do? What it is that we're here to create? What is it that we want for ourselves? Okay, so we can be planting the seed to manifest into form what we want in the Southern Hemisphere, but at the same time, it may be that the seed that you have planted is actually starting to come in, has already been made manifest and is coming into form. How beautiful is that? As I actually said that, it was 11:01 on time on here. It's the 111, and if we look at this card, it's a 10. 1 plus 0 is a 1. Okay, new beginnings. This is the new beginnings. This is our DNA. This is knowing that we can alter our own DNA. We can access the ancient knowledge and wisdom which lays within our DNA to consciously create our own reality. Everything we want is already within us. It's about accessing it. And this is why I created this deck of cards, is that people can actually see that we can create our own reality. We can create our own change because it's already within us. It's innate. Okay? We are made up of 24 different seed races, and all the information is already within us. We are such a highly intelligent species, and knowing all of this gets me excited just to know that I can create the reality I want here and now. And you may see my cat, Amulet. She's on the table, you just can't see her. Amulet, Noru. Okay, can I have a couple more cards, please? And thank you. What is going to come up for the week of the 20th to the 26th? Expansion. It's inevitable. We're here to grow. We're here to grow. We are here to create. And it's beautiful because the card is a 35. 35 is 3 plus 5 is an 8. Okay, it's evolving and it's expanding. And with what I was saying before, this is the egg of life. This is our blueprint, okay? So it's understanding that each one of these forms becomes, every rotation then becomes the flower of life, okay? Which is the universal blueprint. This is our blueprint. This is what we already have. It's time to access this information that we have within us. It's already there. What I absolutely love about the egg of life. So knowing what this is, in 2 dimensions at 13 cells, okay? In 3 dimensions, we're looking at 8 cells, okay? Within the egg of life is everything we need to know about ourselves, all right? Within the egg of life sits our Merkaba, our ascension vehicle. It is the 2 tetrahedrons that come together to create the Merkaba. These 8 cells in 3 dimensions sit within our perineal area. They are the only cells within our body to form at conception and stay with us until we die. These 8 cells are with us for life. And we can utilize these cells. We can go deep within, okay? And we can access the information that we need, that we've been given. I love it when we look at the number. It's a 12. From 12, we go to 13, becomes the next octave. Okay? It is the 12 around the 1 as we speak of. It is about expansion. Okay? Because from the 12th, we go to the 13th. And it is a 1 plus 2 is a 3. 3 in itself is expansion. Okay? It's our knowledge. All right? It's about understanding all aspects of who we are. Ah, you can't make this up. Genesis pattern. The 6-petaled flower. It's the 6th around the 1. Okay? This is the first full rotation. This is about new beginnings. This is about planting the seed. We are planting the seed. This is now. Okay? We are planting to create something beautiful and spectacular. This is what this week is all about. It's bringing to the forefront what we need to know, what we're here to create. It is beautiful. We are planting the seed, and it's an 11, another 11, okay? And I'm going to put it straight under here. We have the 10, we have the 11. We have order. We've got a 10, 11, and a 12 on the table, okay? But this is what we're here to plant. This is all about the new beginnings. Here in the Southern Hemisphere in particular, we are planting the seed. We are planting it into darkness, because when it is time to bring into fruition, when we have brought into, when we've made manifest, this is what we're going to see. We're going to see the fruit of our labor. It'd be so funny if the fruit of life came through to go next. Excuse me, I dropped them. Okay. I'm going to do this one next. It's Rebirth. This is snake medicine. This is all about the transmutation. It is all about reactivating, where it's all about transforming our energy. It's transforming us on a physical aspect, transforming on an etheric level, okay, on a spiritual level. We are, it's about our auric field just going bang. And it's about what the energy that we are putting out. It's about going to that next level. As I said, when I was looking at here, the 12 goes into the 13th. It's that next octave. And we are here to take ourselves into that next octave, that next level, that next level of frequency. This is why we're experiencing the Schumann resonance at the most ridiculous frequencies and staying there for such long periods of time, because these are the energies that we need to get ourselves accustomed to when we're going to be going into these higher frequencies, these 4th dimensional, 5th dimensional frequencies. This is what we are getting, because it's the light coding. When we see all that white on the Schumann resonance, if you have the app or you see pictures of it, that is light coding. That is 5th dimensional light coding that is actually coming through. And this is what our bodies are absorbing, okay? And this is why we feel these different ascension symptoms, so to speak. Okay, but it's also knowing that we're going, for those really doing the work on yourself, this is transformative. This is shedding. You are now shedding, like snake medicine. One of my elixirs is actually called snake medicine, one of the very first ones I created. All right, so we are actually going through that aspect of rebirth. All right, it is the phoenix moment. Because what is the phoenix? The phoenix is all about death, life, death, and rebirth. Okay? That is what the phoenix is all about. And this is what our lives are all about. It's about going through, it's planting the seed, because we're going through an element of rebirth. This is like the death card even in the tarot deck, because from death we are reborn. It's going through that next stage. And what we're going to finish with here is creating perfect joy and harmony. It's a 42, 4 plus 2 is a 6, okay? But the 4, we're looking at creating our foundations. The 2 is about balance. It's about relationships. All right. And it's about nurturing ourselves. We have the icosahedron in the middle, the octahedron on the out. So it's that relationship between our sacral, our creativity, our birthing center with our heart. What are we here to transform? What are we here to birth? What are we here to bring into life and to make manifest on a level of pure joy and pure love? It doesn't matter whether, you're going through the summer or the winter solstice. This is what we're all here to do. This is our potential, and what our potential actually becomes, manifest of. And it is. And you cannot beat the electromagnetic frequency of the heart. It is so strong that it will penetrate everything and everyone within our way when we are coming from that place of pure joy and pure love. People are just going to want what you're having, and you're going to find that people are drawn to your energy because this is what you are putting out there. This is what you are creating. Okay, so really, really important to end on. This is the icosahedron. This is our throat. This is about the will, speaking our truths. Okay, going to the will, making sure that you're releasing what no longer serves you. Make sure that you are speaking your truth, making sure that you can clear old outdated belief systems that no longer serve you, or you need to express yourself to someone because it's the way that you need to find that inner peace of forgiveness. Okay, even if you can't speak to them verbally, write it or speak it, in your car while you're driving. It doesn't really matter, but it's about honoring that aspect, and it's about really truly understanding our will sits here within our throat, and it's something that we need to express. Expression is such a massive part of who we are. It is a 20 and it's 22 just when I looked then, and it's about creating the balance within our lives. What a really beautiful reading we've got this week. I look forward to speaking with you in a week's time. Again, www.phoenixgateway.com.au is my website, and you can have a look at all my beautiful products there. So have a wonderful week, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.